Okay, testing, testing. Oh. Hello. Okay. Hi. Okay, more guys, more people are coming in. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me or see me. Okay. Okay. Hi. Okay. It's just I hope everything is okay, guys. Can you hear me from Zoom? Okay, because I have 3 devices going on here. Okay. Okay, I have 3 devices going on here. Okay. Okay, it's funny. Okay, I'm looking. Are you on Facebook? Who's asking? Okay, yes, I am on Facebook and I am also on YouTube. Okay, so I'm multiple streaming right now, but my main focus are those who are in Zoom. Okay, because that's where all the interactive things is gonna happen. So yeah. Okay, so for those who are watching me on Facebook and on YouTube, okay, please, you may want to come to the Zoom, okay, because I probably only can see the interactive parts in the Zoom. Okay, so hi, okay, who's here? Okay, guys, for those who are in Zoom, you have a poll here. Okay, so about not everybody participated. Okay, please do write and pick your answers. Okay, do pick your answers. Okay, I'll be seeing here. Gosh, it's the first time that I am running 3 things at two places because there's a new technology going on here. Okay, right? So the poll is still ongoing, right? So for those who for those hi. Okay, for those who are just in, right? I'm still waiting for more people to come in, and for those who are on Facebook and in Zoom, okay, Facebook and Zoom. My God, I'm a bit lost now. Facebook and YouTube, please do come into the Zoom because there'll be polls here. You can be more interactive in here, and there's a bunch of friends here. Okay, it's more fun. You see, so do join in Zoom. Okay, so right now, let me see. Okay, everything is all right. Yes. Okay, great. So, guys, let me make sure that I'm having this recorded. All right. Okay. Voila. So I'm on my new space actually, but you guys can't see. So I need to make sure everything is recorded. Okay. So good evening, everyone. It's been quite some time since I am here doing a webinar. I think it's about a month plus or so. And I'm happy to see a lot of familiar names, and I'm also seeing a lot of new names, by the way. So just so you know, this is my first Facebook Live after I've come into a new luck pillar. Okay, so I entered a new luck pillar last month. Okay, so anyway, in today's class, okay, first let me see again. Please answer the poll. Yeah, okay, please answer the poll. Now, just a bit of introduction. I changed my username. Oh, dear Analia, AB is your short name now. Okay, right. So you're definitely not new to me, okay? Because I've seen you a lot. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is me. My name is Esther, and this is how I look like. And for those who are new, with me here. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, for those who are new, you don't know me, and for those who are watching even on Facebook Live, my name is Esther. Obviously, here. Hi. I'm not sure. I think my name will be labeled here. I am the founder of Easy Metaphysics. I'm also a pharmacist, a health consultant. Of course, being in here, a Chinese metaphysics consultant, coach, and trainer, and also an avid yoga practitioner and pranayam practitioner and instructor. I'm also I've gotten a little diploma on traditional Chinese medicine last year as well. So this is me. Okay, for those who know me, okay, and don't know me, hi again. Okay, right. Okay, guys, just to share with you more about myself. So I guess this is, oh my God, this is on Facebook as well. Okay, this is not just in closed room. Okay, so now basically, guys, I think this is a new way of me introducing myself. Hello, hi, Mayet. Is that how I pronounce your name? Tell me where you're from. I haven't seen you before actually. So anyway, this is also me, as you can see in the screen here, right? Haven't showed this before, okay, but yeah, this is my first time, so I'm a bit shy actually, yeah, because I this is the past of my life, the past side. So basically, why am I sharing this? And later on, you will know, right? So I just want to share a bit of my journey on how I actually come to this path here today, being in front of all of you guys here. So this set of pictures here on the left, okay, it's, by the way, it's me, right? I hide quite a number of photos of my past if you're following me in my personal Instagram because it's not very nice. But this is me. This was year 2016. I was still working in my full-time job back in a corporate in a pharma company, again, sales and marketing. But at the same time, I was also um, running a boutique. So I have a partnership actually with my sister. Okay, I actually have a boutique. Okay, for those who know here, I'm not sure if those who can see here in the photo. It's actually Guchai Lama. For those who are in KL, you probably know that. And now the picture is actually like, you know, tap lap already one, okay? But please don't call this number, okay? Right? This is actually what it's remained now as the place, right? And yeah, basically I used to sell clothes. I used to sell clothes, and it didn't started off in a boutique. At first, I was start selling it online. For those who knows the blogspot.com days, I was one of the few crazy people who actually sell clothes online before. Started to make, you know, money a little bit here and there. But anyway, this is a boutique, yeah. It lasted about 6 months, and after that we decided to let go of the business. Why is that so? Because it's just too tiring, okay, it's just too tiring, and we have no confidence, and we don't know how to grow the business, honestly, right? The boutique business is an entirely different game, all right. I don't think I want to go there anymore. Plus, me and my partner, which is also my sister, we have a full-time job, okay. And this is one. The next one, the next set of photo here, right? It's actually year 2018 transition, 2017, 2018, around there. I have also an online supplement business, right? For those, I'm not sure how many of you guys know me or have ever bought my products from me, but I have an online supplement business, which is a small thing. I don't own a physical store, but we have a lot of partners. I do have a lot of stocks, too many stocks after that, okay? And yeah, so it's an online supplement business. I decided to go online, but it honestly it's a different game. And we have a few partners, and honestly, it's quite easy to sell. I don't think the business was a big problem, right? But it became very stressful. Okay, it became very stressful because I didn't really get along with my partners at the end, and what's worse is they were my friends. So until today, it's still be awkward to speak to each other. So we no longer become friends. So as now what you guys are looking here, right? Obviously, these two has shut down. Okay. Right. And I'm not, it wasn't meant to be. Yes. And I've learned a lot. In fact, one thing that I never shared in here, because I have a business that was supposed to launch in year 2020. But guess what, guys? What happened during 2020? Anyone guess? When I was supposed to launch a new physical retail business. Correct. Pandemic happened. Really, he's the fan, huh? Okay, so I don't want to talk about that one anymore because I didn't even have any pictures of it. But a lot of cash was stuck inside. And it's so difficult because that time it was quite a struggle to think whether we should let go or continue on the business, honestly. And I had money that was stuck inside the company's bank account. I couldn't take out. It was such a stressful moment. And that time I quit my full-time job already. Okay, so I wanted to go off flash. Okay, so these are actually the little part of my story, by the way. And that is also, it was a challenge for many of us. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and it was then. For those who know me the earlier days, I actually decided to close down and shut down two businesses and focus only on one during not exactly on 2020. In fact, in year 2021, I decided to just focus in metaphysics itself. Yeah. I had to consciously shut down the others, rejected every other opportunities. And that's one very small part of my story. And this is also the reason why why am I telling you this story? Because I do have a lot to share. And this is also going to be part of the reason why I'm giving out this class. And for those who are here, you just joined. By the way, this is a preview session for a BaZi class that I actually launched, I think a few months ago, 1 month ago. I haven't talked much about it for those who know, and I know some of you guys are here already signed up. Good, we'll meet there. But for those who are not sure what is it all about, okay, you're here to find out. And of course, if you are not keen to go ahead further with me, it's also fine because today I have lots to talk about. Hopefully, enough for you to take away and apply whatever that is needed. All right. So these are my experience, all right, and it was really a journey for me, right? That is the reason why I have a lot to talk about in my experience, and of course, other people's experience as well. So just so you know, just want to establish a certain um ground expectations before I move forward here, right? Today, I want to share with you more about the workshop. Okay, just bear in mind that this is really to help you to identify whether the workshop that I am organizing in a few weeks' time is something that fits you. Okay, so honestly, if you don't find the workshop is useful for you at this point, don't bother to sign up because I don't really honestly think that it's meant for everyone as well. Okay, now, so you want to find out whether you are deemed fit in for this workshop or not. That's one. Two, I want you to also recognize the use of BaZi's role, okay, in this self-employment journey, right? So I'm going to share about what we can use in terms of BaZi in the context of self-employment or business. Okay, that's one. That's two. The third one, okay, I'm going to share with you guys very simple, practical steps, okay, that you can just immediately take away. This is just a little bit a part of what I'm going to be talking in my class. Okay, because I need to show you guys, right? Okay, so hopefully it will be enough for you to apply immediately. Okay, now, last but not the least, right, is to evaluate. For you, once you get the information, then you immediately apply. Okay, see whether if you're already starting a business or if you're already having a certain side gig or if you are aspiring to start your own business, see how you can actually evaluate or plan out your own approach. Okay, and honestly, it is so many things, right? It's really a lot. Honestly, it's such a huge, it's a lot in terms of what we can talk about in this subject itself. Okay, but I'm going to narrow it down as much as I can. So now let's look into, oh, okay, Facebook is running good. Okay, okay, hi everyone from Facebook, I'm looking at you as well, don't worry. Let me put up this. Okay, good. Yeah, for those on Facebook, please also do comment, okay, so that I'm seeing you. Anyway, now, why only this year, right? So why do I only want to talk about this year? I was quite reluctant to actually talk about business for the past few years. Why is that so? Well, I don't think I'm a great businessman, honestly. Okay. Otherwise, I would be having a big empire right now. Okay. And I know myself very well. I'm not this big entrepreneurial style. Okay. I'm just a tiny little girl here just wanting to make a business and be an enterprise. I've been wanting to run my own business since forever, since I was young. Okay. But why only this year? Right? Well, first of all, I know I needed some time to experiment on a lot of clients and give time for my clients to actually see some result. That's one. On top of that, okay, I need to also apply it myself and see how the system works for myself. Okay, so it's really about application. Secondly, why this year? Okay, well, timing. Timing is extremely important. Hence, why only this year, right? I choose to talk about this topic. Okay, so I'm not sure for those you guys, for those who were in my class, okay, for those who were in my class, yeah, you remember the Mother Earth Oracle, the Teimo King? Yeah. All right. So for those who can read Chinese, you see, okay. But this is what I want to highlight. Okay, 2024 Teimo King here. Okay, cut grandmother's story short. Okay. Now, this statement here states that there'll be increase in cost. So whenever there's an increase in cost, we are expecting certain challenges in terms of business owners, all right, because everything will become very expensive. Okay. So even if with a lot of things are already ongoing, you're already a business, this is mostly on someone who already has a business, things are going to be very challenging. Okay. So and I agree with that. By the way, I'm also feeling it already. Comparatively to the previous years, okay, this year it's a different story, right? It is very challenging because every other things, like all my subscriptions, increase price, all right. And what's worse is for those who know we are in Malaysia, so remember the currency, okay? Everything increased price. Yeah, so it is a challenge for us as well. Okay, now the next point is here also, okay, whatever the statement there, directly translate job insecurity and layoffs. Okay, now we are already on the month of, well, we're already on May. Yeah, we're already on May, right? So how many of you guys here know people who actually lost their job? Can you type a one at least? Yeah, type a one in the chat box if you know anyone who lost their job, or perhaps in your company. Yeah, in your company, they are killing off people, laying off people, right? Yeah. By the way, it's a lot, yeah. Okay, guys, please do participate. If you want to really hype up, okay, please do type in the chat box. I would encourage that. Yeah, and it's true for those who are in Facebook as well. Okay, I'm looking at you as well. So do talk something on the comment box. Okay, so it is true that almost every week I'm listening to one. I don't know them directly, honestly. Mostly are clients referral, etc. Okay, say they cannot find a job. Yeah, so even if they cannot find a job, or if a person is not being laid off, salary got cut. Even if salary no cut, yeah, probably restructuring, put them in certain new department. Okay, so it creates a lot of insecurity among people. Expected. Okay, expected. Sometimes I feel guilty, whenever I say these things, especially when I was doing a corporate talk in a company. I mentioned about job insecurity. I got I got a big feeling that the the CFO will give a big glare at me, but I don't care. I say such thing, because honestly, everybody should know there's a lot of job insecurity right now. So that is one thing. Okay. The next one is in this statement as well. Living expenses also increase. So on top of just business that is very difficult to do, business that is very difficult to do, okay, living expenses also increase. Yeah, living expenses also increase. Meaning to say, whatever coffee that you're buying, also increase. Yeah, salary no increase. Okay? Okay, salary no, company cannot afford anymore. Okay? So these things already happen. Yeah, and it's not just like happened few months ago or whatever. It's been happening since last year and year. Okay? And this is a very recent article, right? Which is when it's 22nd of April, is the April, right? Also talking about these kind of layoffs. Now, tech layoff, okay, Apple, Tesla, all Tesla, I heard is not doing very well as well. Okay, so April 26th, we'll talk. There's this article. Then same, this is a March article. Everywhere, guys, everywhere. Okay, so this is one thing, and this is the reason why we have to talk about this. Now, also, very quickly, I'm just going to go through this. Okay, increase in living expenses everywhere. I know this article is referring to New Zealand. Okay, I know, but no matter. Okay, we all know. Tell me if you're feeling the pinch as well. In increase in expenses. Okay, now don't even talk in the UK. Okay, UK is very, very, very expensive now. Okay, I used to stay in the UK. Seriously, things are really expensive. Okay, so now even worse. Okay, now over the time, we've also observed this thing. There's a huge spike as well in the self-employment sector. Okay, huge spike, growth of self-employment. So if you can see in this graph, I hope you guys can see this, okay, because from my end here it looks slightly small. This graph was actually, let me see, this graph was actually, I'm not sure if you guys can see my pen. I hope you guys can see. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, this graph, you see, it was 2014 up to 2022. So we can see is during this time, yeah, there was a sudden spike. Okay, so what we can see from this 2014 up to now is a 10 years, right? The growth of self-employment is getting more. Okay, growth of self-employment, and this is actually a global data. Okay, global data, right? Yeah, for those who wants to check the website out, please do. Okay, I think it's the World Bank or something, World Bank data or something. Okay, now even when it comes to global freelancing market, okay, this is also quite updated as a data. Almost half, I think, is half of the workers worldwide are actually freelancers. Yeah, so the trend is already there. The trend is already there. It's growing. I'm not sure whether around you have noticed it. Okay, so yeah, about half of the global workforce is actually freelancers. And bear in mind, it's also something that I want to highlight. Freelancers are actually self-employed. Okay, freelancers are actually self-employed. Okay, so nowadays we need to also recognize what type of job is actually considered self-employed. Now, what have led to this self-employment, of course, this is some of the research that I actually put up for you guys to see, is that obviously lack of work opportunities. So every time whenever there is a crisis in certain economy or whatsoever, you will see people losing jobs. Whenever you see people losing jobs, you will see that, oh, the only way to actually make a living is by creating your own job. Okay, and this is true, and this is already happening right now. So now there are a lot of people as well, because of all these massive layoffs, sorry. A lot of people automatically would think, oh my god, I need to run my own business, because just in case get fired, at least I got something already running. By the way, 50% of my clients are like that. Okay, a lot of quite lucky ones set up a business earlier, and then they really got lay off last year, most of them. Luckily they already had something running. Okay, this is very lucky. This is called preparation, right? And then also the last reason why people actually go to self-employment, it's because of this. People start asking, what is it means to have a rewarding career? And this is something that suddenly like awakening like that. What it's like we are starting to question what do we do on a daily basis. We are starting to question that, and we realize that perhaps the values and the principles that we want to achieve out from a career, it's something that the company doesn't align with, right? And this happened a lot during the Great Resignation. The Great Resignation. So all these things have led to increase in self-employment. Yeah, okay, increase in self-employment, and now it's not a coincidence. Okay, that this year 2024, 甲辰 year. Okay, 2024 甲辰 year, the Wood Dragon year. Okay, I hope I can write this. Okay, yeah, it is also right a year whereby there's a rise in solopreneurs. Yeah, rise in solopreneur. Basically, this pillar itself, for those who wants to understand a pillar study, it represents entrepreneurial. Yeah, but this one is more lonely one because it's one tree on a mountain, so it's a solopreneur way of working. Yeah, means it's either a small company or either a one-person company type. Okay, so there will be increase of it. All right. So not surprising. It's very aligned to the whole year, right? Throughout many years, we've been seeing this trend, and this year itself, it will grow even more. Now, also another very special thing is that, is that now we are already in period 9. Okay, this year, first year of period 9, first year of period 9. Okay, first year of period 9. So what it also tells us is that during this period, right, there is a shift in career choices. Okay, career choices. Okay, because of Li Gua. Okay, so for those who don't know, who are new here, basically what we are looking at. Wow, wow, good. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading the I'm just reading the one in the Zoom. That's why I say I get distracted by it. Okay. So if for those who don't know here, Daphne actually mentioned that she left her employment 2018, started freelance from then till this year, and starting her business as a business owner. Okay, which by the way, it's something that you may resonate with. I'm going to show later part. Okay, so this is a lot of people, because of the change of period 9 to period 9, people are making conscious choice in their career. And I can tell you, I'm one of them who always wanted to run a business. Okay. I'm not much influenced by period 9, but there are many people who never thought of running a business. Suddenly they want to run a business. Okay. And no, they have never thought about, I want to run a business. No, nobody, because not everyone was brought up in that kind of setting. I'm brought up and my environment is all business people. So that's what I know, that's what I see, that's what I automatically resonate to it. But if you don't naturally resonate in a business environment, normally you don't have this. But now it's going to be very different. Okay, many people want to go for self-employment only because people want this thing called flexibility, people want this thing called freedom, people want this thing called convenient. And it's all because of the influence of Li Gua. Okay, and people want to pursue their passion. Okay, so whenever as example for some of you guys, you might be thinking, yeah, I want to set up this thing by myself, I want to start a side gig for myself and stuff like that. I can tell you it's a lot to do with the period 9's influence, because you thought that, okay, you can have more flexibility in the future, and you may think that, yeah, my current company will not be able to give me that kind of flexibility and freedom. Not only that, fire element, the Li Gua, also represents passion. Passion means what? Passion means you want to do something that you love. So if your job is very autopilot, you go inside and you just like spend the rest of the day trying to do whatever your job asks you to do, there's zero passion. You probably want to like do something on your own. So all these ideas will start to come out. And many times people, I would say you and me, everyone who is influenced by the timing, we will make choices because of all this. And of course, I mentioned here mental health as well. So mental health in period 9 is going to increase. Yeah. So there'll be more mental health problems. And the thing is, because of that, people choose to stay away from employment, because sometimes in the employment state, you probably couldn't find anyone who probably take good care of your mental health because of all the constraint, all the stress. So because of that, people wants to go to employment, self-employment. Okay, now it's so amazing is that at first, few years ago, I was thinking, is it even possible? Because I've never seen anything like that. But guess what? Now I say it's very possible. Most people that we know, a lot of people that we know, they would at least have at least one form of side gig. Yeah. So if you're here with me now and listening to this, and if you don't have any side gig, or I'm sure you might think about it, but you haven't actually take the action to, you probably want to do it. Okay. Because it's going to give you more choices. Probably now you haven't feel it yet. Probably now you may not feel the need of it yet. Okay. But I can tell you, it's period 9 already. You will feel this. You will feel the need of it. Okay? Because you may one day say that I hate my job and I want to leave. Right? And it will be super depressing because it affects your mental health. And if you start certain gig right now, it probably give you more choices to lead a better life. Okay? So yes, we are expecting, yeah, we are expecting more people to come out and do their own thing. This year, we may not see a lot yet, but I think along the next 20 years of period 9, we will see more. But my speculation is for those who were in my period 9 class, some of those year timing that is very important. Those are the year that we're going to see spikes of self-employed people coming out. Okay, so there'll be certain years that are very specific in that. Okay, now, that's why I would say honestly, okay, if it's me to say, right, even though you are employed right now, it's so important to know how to run a business or how to function like an entrepreneur business mindset. Yeah, even though you're employed right now, okay, because it's gonna be a need. It's gonna be a need in the future. Okay, whether you like it or not. Now, this is the next question here. Okay, for those who were with me earlier on, you saw this earlier on, right? I actually posted this question, correct? So I think there's still a few of you guys here haven't answered. Okay, but it's okay. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Right. So this is the question that I asked everyone when you guys entered. Yeah. Can anyone be self-employed? Yeah. So well, let me see the poll. Wow, very optimistic. A lot of people will say 72% of you guys actually say that anyone can be self-employed. Yeah, that's a good news, okay, because everyone is very optimistic. Okay, everyone's very optimistic. Because I can tell you this, from what I've learned in classical paths reading, not everyone is fit for it. Yeah, classical paths reading states that not everyone can be a good self-employed person. Yeah. But then again, I would always say times has changed. Okay, times has changed. Resources also have changed. So for those who answered yes, anyone can be self-employed, I would also vote for that. Okay, because although classically it's always saying that, oh no, some people are just not meant for it. Well, I do have my arguments in that, and I cannot disagree on certain points. Yeah, but I'm not going to go too deep about it. But there are certain ways on how we can navigate that. Okay, so I think anyone can be self-employed. Okay, anyone can be. All right. So now the next thing, being a very proud millennial. Okay, right. I will probably Google what is self-employed. Honestly, this is something that we need to think about as well, because there's a lot of misunderstanding on what exactly is self-employment. Yeah. Okay. So in Google, based on Google and Wiki, right? Okay. A self-employed person is anyone who performs work for pay independent contractors, sole proprietors of a business, and individuals engaged in a partnership. A freelancer or an independent contractor who perform their work in a single client is also considered self-employed. Okay, and if you look at the dictionary there, anyone who's working for themselves as a freelancer or as an owner is also considered self-employed. Okay, so I think why is that so many people would not be able to understand this statement is that a lot of time we think self-employed means you got to own a very big thing, or own a physical store or whatever lah, empire ke, these things. But today it's very different. Today it's very different. So if again, um, I would need to convince for those who says no, okay, in the poll, right? Can anyone be self-employed? Well, my answer is yes lah. Okay, my answer is yes. Okay, and why is that so? Of course, later on at the end of the day, there's many arguments in this. Yeah, my take is why, because we can always strategize our way in. Okay, we can always strategize our way in with today's resources, with today's knowledge, with today's extensive capabilities and skills. Almost anyone can be self-employed. So think about it, right? Almost 50% of the global workforce are actually freelancers. 50%. It's a lot. Okay, so it's possible, yeah, guys. So I know some people are just not that fit for it. There are some caveats. Okay, definitely. I'm not going to go too deep about that. We'll see why later. But now, unlike back in the days, like I mentioned, there's no resources, lack of resources, I would say, and no technology that is so advanced. Today, I want to show you this matrix here. Okay, I actually put on this matrix. I created this matrix so that it's easier to understand what our self-employment means. And you know what's interesting? You probably can see yourself in one of them. Okay, so the first one, right, is actually a contractor. So if a contractor is a form of self-employment, okay, contractor, right? So contractor basically they are usually contractor are usually long-term engagement. Long-term engagement meaning to say in a project wise, maybe a 1 year, 2 year long-term. Yeah. And the scope that they do, the roles, the things that they do, okay, are more narrow. Okay, means contractors are often hired for specific roles that require specialized skills. Okay, within a certain project length, of course. Okay, so this is one, right? And usually, how do you become a contractor? You probably know people. Okay, you might be already very experienced in that specific industry, right? Great negotiation skill, because you know why? You need to convince your client to hire you for 2 to 3 years on a specific project, right? You better have good negotiation skills. Okay, and the next, of course, you need to stay updated and certified. So usually, as the contractor, you do have these traits. Yeah, you have these traits. Okay. Now the next self-employment type is actually a business owner. So this is where there's a long-term engagement, meaning you run the business in a long-term way, and there's a broader scope. Okay, broader scope. So business owner usually manage the operations across the spectrum of the business life cycle and possibly go beyond a single project. So multiple things to do. Okay, multiple things to do, and they have a huge responsibilities. They have multiple depths of business functions as well. So these are the business owners. So as a business owner, one of the key thing is that you need to have a solid business plan, measurable, meaning you can put number. Okay, customer retention is very important as a business owner, and scalable system. Scalable system means is a model, a business model that you can scale up. So if you are a contractor, right, you don't have a scalable system. What you have is just a very robust network that will ensure your continuity of the business. Okay, later on you understand why this is important to look at, because this will determine your next strategy as well. Okay, the other two, okay, the next one is freelancer. So freelancer is the most common one around here, I would suspect. Freelancers are usually the short term, yeah, and narrow scope. So usually freelancers are hired because of a specific task or project that is very short term. Okay, usually it's more of a technical and creative work. They are usually engaged in a very short duration over a single project. So all those like Fever, We Work, those are the home of the freelancers. Okay, so as a freelancer, the key to success here is to have diverse clientele base. Diverse, meaning to say your skill is able to wipe all and multiple industries. Yeah, your adaptability skills are extremely important as a freelancer. Of course, you need to have a strong personal brand, meaning to say people already know you. You need to build up your brand. That's another. And of course, to continuously upgrade your skills. Okay, so these are the freelancers trait. The next one is a consultant trait. Okay, so consultant is also one type. Consultant, they are shorter term engagement, but broader scope. Okay, broader scope. Consultants are usually engaged for a certain expertise as well. Yeah, certain expertise, but their is advice that they give is usually in a broader scope, meaning in a project. There are few different departments. Okay, they don't just focus on one thing. Yeah, it's unlike a contractor, they just focus on one thing. A consultant, they cover a bigger scope. They are on top of a lot of things. Okay, so but then again, it's usually short-term engagement, usually more related to certain like project that is they requires problem solving and things like that. So those are the consultants. So consultant, usually what's very important is that long-term relationship is very important. So after you say bye-bye to the client already, make sure you say hi again. Okay, it's a very servicing line job. Okay, now of course, as a consultant, always need to upgrade your skills, and also knowledge is very important, and consultant needs to build a community. Okay, so now you see yourself either in somewhere. Okay, either somewhere. But for those who knows, if you know what is needed as a skill, and if you know your skill, you know where you fit in this matrix. Okay, of course, there are more than this. There are more than this. Okay, but this is just one way to understand there are so many type of employment models. And by the way, this can be translated in a BaZi context, in a skill context, in a strategy context. Meaning to say, if you start off from being a contractor, you can always shift to become a business owner. And then what do you need to do? This model, if you know how to play by yourself, please do. Okay, but this is just to give you an overview of there are so many type of employment models. Okay, so many types. Okay, perhaps even the future got more. I also don't know. We don't know yet. This is the one that currently we only know. Okay, so now earlier on when I shared that I actually had to shut down and fail few ventures and things like that, right? Actually, honestly, I consider very little already. Like there are people who actually failed many times. Yeah, like many times. Okay, so it's quite common. Okay, and I want to say this. Um, in any failure of a venture, and most of the time, if you venture any business, without going through certain failures, we will go through some failures, right? It's important to understand that the problems will exist all the time. Okay, problem will exist all the time, right? Because this is problem are is a normal occurrence of any form of business cycle. So if we fail any business, or we fail to start up, or we set up some side gig and we fail to go through, okay, we cannot always blame the problems. Yeah, we cannot always blame the problem. Same goes to whenever, if you are here trying to find out more about your partner, okay, you have to understand one thing, right? You have to understand this: knowing your partner or getting a consult Okay, please remember that. Okay, it will not make you problem free. Yeah, it's very important to know this. Even people who knows how to read 八字 very well, even if we are practitioners, we still get a lot of problems. Okay, it's a normal thing. So whenever a business fail, or when we fail on certain venture, we cannot blame the problems. We cannot blame the problem. The problems will still be there forever. Okay, we cannot blame this is here, that's why this happened. No. Okay, same goes getting to know your 八字. If you are interested in my class, you get to know it. If you are interested to come for my consult, you get the answer. It also will not mean that you are problem free. Okay, it's very important, right? Usually it is the people. Okay, it is the people that has the problem. Okay, it's two things are people and the nature of the business, right? Nature of the business could mean the environment of the business. Okay, that is usually going to create a lot of problems. So these are the 5 typical problems, okay, in people. Okay, 5 typical problems. Okay, the first one. So if you are already a business owner, or if you aspire to be one, or you're doing it halfway, either one, okay, please identify which problem you have. And I can relate it to 10 gods with you. Okay, most of the time it resonates with your parts chart. Okay, but these are usually the 5 typical problems. What's the first one? Lack of energy and tired. Okay, so anyone here feel that they got no energy and tired all the time? Yeah, meaning when you run a business, or if not, then you get your side gig. Okay, right? This is the problem. Okay, lack of energy and tired. I've met a lot of people who start to do a full time and do side gig. I've been in that position, just so you know, right? I've been in that position, right? By the way, it was the boutique business that happened. Yeah, I have a full time job, and then every day I have to go to the boutique some more. And what's worse is I have to work on weekends. No weekends was free lah. Basically, it's very tiring, right? But this is the biggest problem, Okay, so there's only Mayet, right? So who else will face this problem? Okay, feel free to type in the chat box. So it's actually a very common problem. You're not the only one. It's actually a very common problem. People feel very tired all the time running their own business, or if not, if they're trying to do few things at one time, it's very tiring. Yeah. So this is usually two reason. Two reason. Number one. Number one. Okay. Let me annotate. Okay. Okay. Cindy as well. Okay. Yeah. Let me draw in here. It's easier. Okay. Okay. So usually this one is two reasons. Number one, age problem. Like it or not, age does matter, right? Unless you are really strong. But technically, if you are generally healthy, it's all right. Okay? It's all right. Okay? Now, what's usually the next thing? The next thing is management problem. Yeah? Meaning to say priority. Means failure to prioritize. And this, by the way, if we translate to a 10 God, can anyone tell me? Okay, if I translate to the 5 profiles, I know there's a lot of parts students here. Profile. Okay. Yeah, the 10 profiles, the 5 profiles. Okay. Can you tell me which problem is this? Is it a resource problem? Is it a companion problem? Is it an output problem? Can anyone make a wild guess? Please type in the chat box. If you're constantly tired, yeah, if you're constantly tired, feeling no energy, lack of management, yeah. Oh, correct. You guys are very good. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, very good, very good. So everybody answered resource. Okay, it's a resource thing. Make sense or not? Yeah, make sense or not? Why? It's the management of your resources. Poor management of your resources. Your time is your resources. Energy is your resources. Okay, so you're very all over the place. So usually if you have a resource problem in your chart, this could be one of the problem. But bear in mind, we have multiple problems in our chart, right? But it will manifest that way. Yeah, it will manifest that way. So for those who have this issue, please do take a look in your puzzle chart, right? See the problem. Yeah, is it manifesting because of your resource? So if we know this is the problem, so you need to deal with your resource lah. Okay, deal with your resource. Okay, yeah. So the next one after a resource problem, you have a zero resource. Yes. So whenever there's 0 or 100%, it's already a problem. Okay, it's already a problem. So we know that it's because your management of resources is not that great. Okay, so that is something that you need to look and pay attention in. All right, it will affect a lot of how you do things. The next one, okay, this is the next problem. The blind follower. Okay, the blind follower. Yeah, what does a blind follower means? A blind follower means we see what people do, we follow. Yeah, who have seen this before? Sorry. Who has seen this before? The blind follower. Yeah, because the blind follower means sometimes you see nowadays, right? Because there's internet is everywhere and stuff, right? And if you notice, right, people tend it's very predictable on what is someone else next step. Okay, it's very predictable. Someone else next step, because it's like, oh, when you see someone doing this, right, you know it's coming for this. So it's really what people do, you also do. So I call this the blind follower, and this is extremely dangerous. Yeah, why is that so? Because you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. It's extremely dangerous. Okay, so I like to say this: monkey see, monkey do. The blind follower. Okay, so anyone want to take a wild guess? Yeah. What problem in terms of 10 gods? Okay, what problem in terms of 10 gods we are looking at if someone has this blind follower symptom? Yeah, blind follower symptom. Amazing. Yes, definitely. This is a pure rock wealth problem. Okay, great. You guys are so good. It's correct. It's a self element. It's a rock wealth friend star problem. Okay, so usually whenever we see people with a friend and rock wealth problem, it's very typical. Their friend do that, they also want to do that. Their friend this strategy, they also want to do this strategy. Okay, hence why you see in certain seminars when they sell certain things, right? Those who say, follow my style, you will get this. Follow my style, you will get this. Rock wealth very high one. Yeah, so you know the tactic lah. Basically, build a huge community. They like it because it's their style. Okay, it's their style. They function through that way. Right? But this is I personally don't feel that it's always going to be great. Sometimes if it's the same, if your strategy applies to whoever you're following, if you're lucky, then you're lucky. But everyone is very different. Everyone is very different. Okay, so how a person succeed or how a person achieves certain thing is very different. How the opportunities present to them, how the skills are extremely different. Okay, so we cannot always blindly follow things. Now the next one is the I don't know people. I don't know. Have you heard before? Hey, do this. I don't know how to do. Face this obstacle. I don't have any idea what to do. I don't know how, where, what. That's all the cannot find solution one. Okay, right? But this honestly is really not a big issue today if you actually know how to handle it, because answers are everywhere. Okay, so again, anyone can guess for the I don't know how, where the problem is. Which 10 gods or profile resonate with the I don't know people? The ones who say that I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Anyone? Chat box. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm seeing some answers. Yeah. Ooh, very good. Everyone is answering, very on point, Okay. Yes, it's an output problem. Yeah. Output problem, people cannot solve problems, I can tell you that. Always like, Ting, 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 got problem. Ting, 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 ting. There's a strategy to overcome that. Okay. But if your chart generally have that, okay, means you know this is the problem. Okay. So be very aware of where the problem is actually coming from. The next one is this, risk averse, too scared. Yeah. Means we are talking about risk. Okay. Right. So this one is usually people who, oh, they like me lah. I honestly, this happened to me. Is that, oh, I come to an intersection point, I let go of the business. Yeah, I let go of the business. Okay, because I'm scared. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too scared to actually move forward with it because we have to make certain decisions already. Yeah. So what 10 God are we referring to? Risk averse and scared. Which 10 gods are we referring to? If we have this problem, okay? Wow, influence. Risk averse is influence. It's wealth lah. Ayo. Okay, so there's two. There's influence and wealth. Okay, it's definitely wealth. It's definitely wealth, guys. Okay, so risk related is definitely about wealth. Okay, risk, right? And I know maybe you guys were thinking about 7 killings. Okay, okay. So yeah, but definitely more fear people who wants to be in control of the outcome, they do have these risk averse problems. Okay, so if your chart have this wealth problem, usually you fall under this issue. Okay, the last one, start but don't finish. Have you seen anyone like this before? Okay, see anyone like this? They start something and then never follow up one. Lot I can tell you, I also got this problem. Okay, but not much lah. Okay, honestly, I usually do follow up a lot after I start something. A business, usually we start something and then we have to either go on or we stop it, right? So usually my case is a bit slow. That's it. Yeah, but generally, if we are referring to, okay, A B say it's me. Okay, so start but don't finish. It's what problem? 10 gods wise. 10 gods wise. The last one that you guys haven't mentioned. Yeah, it's the officer problem. Yeah, influence problem. Okay, so AB, you got influence star problem. Yeah, you see your BaZi chart. Yeah, if you do have that problem, most likely this will appear. Why? Starting don't finish means what? No discipline. Yeah, no discipline. So and lack execution. Okay, so whenever you have an officer star problem, FYI, this happens. So usually a lot of your problems because there's no follow up, no discipline, no execution. So you know that these are the common issue. Yeah, common issue. I have no direct officer. Yes, you can watch the replay, but I think the replay will be limited though. Okay? Yeah? Okay, so you have no direct officer, but I'm a 7 killing. Okay? So I don't think your issue is only mainly on this 7 killing. So you usually every of our problems is quite a mixture because our chart is so complicated. So we have certain problems bit here and there, but there is usually one big chunk of the problem, either one of it. Usually there's one that is the massive one. Okay, but we have multiple of these issues, but it depends on what spectrum. But these are usually the common problems in people. That's why they cannot start, or that's why they cannot sustain. That's why they say they just want a side gig, but nothing happens. Okay, all right. So it depends. Everyone's typical problem. Okay. Then again, what we need to understand is the nature of business problems in period 9. Okay, the nature of business problem. So not only we need to understand that everyone as a human being, we're still human, right? We face problem, but in every business, the nature of it, okay, has issues, So now in timing wise, I'm only referring period 9 problems. So during period 9, the nature of problems will always, the nature of business problems is always going around this thing. Okay, business are going to be too fast. Yeah. So you notice that today, right, nowadays, people can actually make a lot of money very, very quickly, but they also can lose the money very quickly. Yeah. Meaning to say, today you do very well within 1 year. The next round, that person just wipe off, gone. So the transition, the up and down is very fast. Yeah. Which also means that the nature of business is very fast. Okay, so if you are not able to pivot, if you are not fast enough, you're going to face a lot of the problem. Okay, it's too fast. We will lose out a lot of things, right? This is everyone's going to face this problem in business. Okay, now the next problem is also lack of authenticity. Yeah, why? AI. Okay. You see the picture here? I didn't put a very big picture, but it's the AI controlling human's brain. Honestly, I use a lot of AI, right? He saves up so much time, but it's very important that we keep our integrity. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot of lack of authenticity, and many people actually use it in a very wrong way. I'm not sure whether you guys have actually seen like reels and TikTok videos whereby people teach about how to make quick money, right, by selling certain template or selling certain tricks or hacks that you go to chat GPT or whatever lah, nowadays the Notion or whatsoever, you create an answer and then you submit it out and then you make money from it. Okay, there's a lot of these kind of little tricks. I see also like a lot of effort like that. There's no sustainability in that, honestly. So there is a lot of lack of authenticity in the business. Okay, a lot. Okay, and that's going to be a lot of problems. All right. Now the next one, it's very competitive, highly competitive. Why? Because this is the nature of fire. Yeah, for those who wants to know why, because every fire whenever they start coming out a lot, they kill off each other. So it's the act of cannibalization. Yeah. So it's unlike in the past period, there's the competition is usually there, but they don't kill off each other that bad. Period 9 is going to be a different game. When the fire comes up and see another fire, it's cannibalizing each other. Yeah, so it's either you die, I live lah. I stronger, I go viral, you don't go viral, I survive. So the competition is very strong and it's very easy to get hit. Everybody is going to get hit very fast, very easy. Okay, so it's very, very competitive. It's also very related to the being too fast paced. Now, the next one is that too many copycats. Okay, please tell me you don't know this. Anyone agree with this? There's too many copycats, right? I'm not saying that it's wrong. I don't know lah, honestly. Okay. But I guess some people just or many people just cannot control. Yeah. So everybody is talking the same thing. Everybody is taking out certain things and put it out and claim it's theirs. There's too many copycats. Resources are available easily. Okay. Which this is also very linked into lack of authenticity. Okay. Common. Okay, if we see now, by the way, it's normal. Even my things I'm putting out live now, it's expected to be taken. Go ahead. I think I've already made peace with the copycats problem, right? Whatever, because I don't do a lot of loud branding anyway, so it's meant to. But I have my own business model, so I don't care. All right, but this is one of the problem. If your things, whatever you do, is gonna have this problem, please do make sure that you have certain things. Okay, but this is a problem. Now the last one, okay, business problems in period 9 is that people get burned out too fast. Yeah, even when you are running a business, it's inevitable. You get burned out. If you don't take care of yourself, it's not just as simple as, oh, I'm sick, burn out. It's a fire. Too crazy already. It's too crazy. Okay. So these are the problems, by the way. So problems actually split to one, the people, second, the business nature. And it's inevitable because the situation will evolve in such a way. Okay, and we understand the Li Gua, understand the 10 gods, we will see all these problems. Again, I want to highlight this. Problems exist all the time. Okay? So even if you get a parcel consult, I tell you, if you don't act on it, so no point one, okay? Please. Now, to solve your problem, okay, to solve your problem, and this is where I want to show you guys what I am going to provide in my workshop. Similar, not the same, this is just the crux of things, right? To solve your problem, okay, which problem you have, either the people problem or the business nature problem, maybe you haven't faced it, maybe you already face it, I don't know. Okay, but to solve your problem, two ways, two angles first. First, you need to know what you're doing first, Meaning to say, either you already started a side gig or you haven't. Okay, either one. Not yet, but aspire. Okay, so I assume there are two groups here. Okay, wherever, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook or in Zoom, I assume that there's two groups in here. Okay, so to solve your problem, if you are within the already got your own gig, already got your own business. Like for myself, I already got my own thing, right? Okay, I need to always do this gap analysis because we need to reverse engineer the whole thing. Okay, the next one, if you not yet but you aspire to be, okay, well, you gotta do things step by step. Very common sense. Okay, I hope it's okay for you. Okay, because sometimes you just need certain reminder. Don't complicate things. Yeah, don't complicate things. But now we look into the phases. Okay, so how do I extract this concept? Just so you know, is again cosmic trinity lah. The how the chi actually flows. 12 growth phases, the three growth phase. All is actually everything is extracted. All my content, everything is extracted from Chinese metaphysics as a fundamental rule. So that's why you will see 5, 10, 7, 3. Okay, now these are three phases. Okay, three phases of chi flow and cycle in the context of business. Of course, there are more detailed one, but I'm just going to show you guys three due to time constraint. So number one is always the foundation. Yeah, about later I'm going to show, but it's usually the foundation. That's rule number one. Okay. Second is the engagement. Engagement, later you will know what it means. Number three is the growth. Okay. So in any cycle of any life cycle, there's always this. You have the foundation, you have the middle part, and then you have the growth. Okay. Just context wise, think about 八字 classic. Growth, cardinal, graveyard. Growth, cardinal, graveyard. Same, Cosmic Trinity, heaven, earth, man. Heaven, earth, man. Okay? Same concept, Same concept. You just need to put them into a business context for those who want to know how I get this. Okay? Now, each of them means different thing, Each of them means different thing. All right. The first one is the foundation. What does foundation mean in the context of a business cycle? Okay, or when you want to start out your side gig. Okay, first, knowing yourself, knowing why you're doing it. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Knowing why you do it is very important for certain reasons. Okay, it's your inspiration, your motivation. Okay, by the way, there's a reason why many people, after they face obstacle, they can't keep up with it because they have no clear why. Okay, now the next one is foundation is also under the best skills and then products. Okay, so in any business you set up, please, you need to know your MVP. Okay, you need to know your MVP. You always need to have an MVP. Okay, and this is very important because you need to scale the business one day. Okay, and it's hopefully you have a good MVP. All right, now second is the engagement part, whereby we talk about your affinity. Okay, and all this in your BaZi chart can see. All these answers, it's within your BaZi chart, your natal chart. Okay, your natal chart, right? And then from there, you also need your engagement is also your low-lying fruit. You need to understand where is your opportunities, where is the fastest place that you can actually get the reward. Okay, the next one is your opportunities. Perhaps you are referring to something the more dynamic, meaning the year itself. Okay, now the next one is also experiences. Please do consider your experiences because experiences does matter whenever it comes in terms of running your own business or building your own business. Next is the connections, the kind of connections that you have, the kind of connection you have made in the past. The third is the growth. The growth is all about monetization and business models. Okay, and then you need to also understand the growth part is very important. Okay, because this by understanding this growth area, right? Okay, it can help us in terms of strategic alliances and partnership. Also management of resources, how we use our investments. Okay, it will help a lot in the growth cycle. Okay, so basically these are the three phases only. Yeah, and if you notice the arrow, it repeats. So it's not just one time you do and then you move on. Okay, but basically these are the three things that we look at. Only whenever we want to solve a problem. Example, if you already have a certain gig on you, or you already have a business sense, okay, you just need to know among these three, where is your problem, and all these three areas you can always get the answer from a parcel chart. Yeah, you can always get an answer from parcel chart. By the way, all these you can answer from a parcel chart. Okay, the only problem is that whenever we don't have the clarity, when you don't have the clarity, you don't know where to look at. That is the biggest thing, that's the one reason why people struggle to read their own chart, because they don't even know what to ask, they don't know where to see. And why is that? Because they don't know where the problem is. So you get so distracted by the chart itself rather than focusing on what problem you want to solve. So always understand existingly what issue you have first, and then you look into it. Okay, say example, if you have a monetization and business model problem because you cannot grow, then you look at the parts chart, you see and focus that monetization model. Simple as that. Don't go and see all your other clashes and other funky stuff in the chart. Okay, this is, by the way, very simple, difficult, especially if you got very high resource or resource problem. You will see everything moving in the chart. Okay, but it's very important and very simple way. Okay, that's how you want to use the parcel chart. Of course, there are more complicated model, but this is for simplicity's sake. Gap analysis, where's your problem? So if you already have a side gig, already have something going on, okay, this is only for those. What you need to do is always to identify where's your problem. And identifying where's your problem, okay, it's by asking the right question. That's it. Okay, so I give you an example. Okay, and I want you guys to actually play. I'm going to put up the poll as well. Okay, now see, this is the one. There's this question, assuming the first question that you ask, I'm not sure what I'm good at. So everybody, please assume that you already have a business right now, and you start asking this question. Okay, because you're confused, you're lost, right? And you say, I'm not sure what I'm good at. Okay, so where do you think the problem lies? Is it uh within foundation problem, within engagement problem, or growth problem? What do you think? Okay, so I'm gonna launch. How do I launch this thing? Display. Okay, which one, guys? How do I launch this? Okay, foundation, right? Foundation. Because why? Because they all don't know what they do. Honestly, this is a very common question, and I know sometimes it may sound very um sometimes it sounds quite silly, but do you know that on a daily basis, I still get this question? Yeah, we do get these questions, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's sometimes quite sad, it's quite sad to see. Okay. So okay. Yeah. So everybody answered number one. Okay, they don't know themselves. So yeah, definitely. Can you guys see the quiz? A poll has been launched. Oh, you know what? Let me end the poll. No wonder. Okay. So I've actually put up okay, I've actually put up. So these are the few questions that you guys can answer. I'm gonna go through here anyway. Yeah. Okay, so this is the first question, right? I'm not sure what I'm good at. Okay, so you guys can answer the first question. Okay, try to refrain from answering the second question. Okay, but we'll go through that. So whenever you're not sure what you're good at, my friend, don't bother to do anything first. It's very dangerous if you don't know what you're good at and you do it, because you're not going to be good at doing it. Yeah. And by the way, can Batsu chart help you to find that? Can okay, that's a very fundamental thing what we use in Batsu chart for, to identify your best skill. And please don't bother to deal with other things that you're not good at. It's going to waste your time, especially when you're running a business. Please don't do things that you're not good at. Okay, sometimes it's inevitable and there's a way to deal with it. We'll go through how. Okay, but the matter is this, yeah, always. Oh my God, you all cannot tahan, go and answer the rest of the question. Never mind lah, answer. Okay, but this is a gap analysis question. Of course, there are more questions, there are more ways of asking the questions. Okay, but this is only 3 stage, but it's very important. So if you don't know what you're good at, it's mainly a foundation problem. Okay, you have to know it. Seriously, this is the biggest problem. I started off the boutique, right? By the way, uh it's horrible for me, honestly. Thank God I'm not. I'm doing the operation. I'm a direct officer chart, my dear friends. Okay. Okay, I'm a direct officer chart. Okay. And when I start off the boutique, right? Oh my gosh, so terrible. Like I cannot deal going to the shop and stuff like that. It's very uncomfortable for me, honestly. And I like to stay behind the scenes, honestly. And I start doing other things. I can do it because you instruct me, I'll do it, but it's a horrible, it's not really my best trait. So it's very important to know it. Okay, wow, everybody start answering. Okay, please do look at the quiz and you can play. Okay, so if you want to follow my flow, also can. So now, foundation problem. What's your LP? Haha, make a wild guess. My LP now is 7 killing and hurting officer. Okay, 7 killing and hurting officer. Okay, I came out. I used to be on a resource. All right, so it does change things, by the way. It does change things. And I'll share with you guys in more detail if you have more time. Okay, I'll share you guys because I've done quite a number of things. Okay, if in a closed setting, I'll share you guys what have happened to me. Okay, because quite a number of things have happened. Anyway, right? How this is the next question. How do I even start to build a product? Okay, have you guys faced this problem? Have you guys ever faced this problem? So we need to say this is a very common problem. I meet this every. Have you heard before people say that they want to run their own business but they don't know what to do? Yeah. Have you encountered that? Have you encountered that? I have encountered that, by the way. I went through this process as well. That's why I've done all sorts of things. That's why, by the way, the clothing boutique stuff, oh my God, that's a hilarious thing. That was purely opportunistic. Clothing is not something that I want to sell. Okay. I barely iron my clothes. Okay. So that's purely opportunistic, right? But it is a problem. Okay. So what is the answer, guys? For those who have answered in the quiz, how do I even start to build a product? Okay, so most of you guys answered foundation problem. Yeah, yes, correct. Because whenever you don't know what to do product wise, and by the way, you can identify your products from your chart. Okay, later end part. Okay, if you want to know how, please do stay back. Okay, we will play some activity if you want to. Okay, hopefully got time lah. But if you don't know your product, please refer to your BaZi chart. It does helps. Okay, trust me. We've done that, tried that. Okay, and we've seen many cases as well. Okay, yes, of course, foundation problem. Now the next one, where can I find my customer who actually want what I am selling? Okay, right? So customer is a problem. Sometimes, yeah, you cannot find your customer. You don't know where to get your clients. Where is it? Where is the problem coming from? Yeah. So in here, engagement, correct. Affinity, low-lying fruit, opportunity. So most people answered this. Yeah, most people answer this. Affinity, low-lying fruit, opportunities, experience, and connection. In the BaZi chart, you can actually see where is it. But then again, caveat, okay, sometimes it's not that fast, okay, because it depends on the nature of your customers. Sometimes it takes time to build customers, okay, so different strategies for different type of customers, right? But it is something that you can always see from your chart. Okay, so engagement. Now, I'm making sales, but why isn't my business profitable? Okay, that we know 79%, okay, 79% answered growth, monetization, business models, strategic alliances, investment matters. Definitely. Okay, so you guys will see what's the gaps now very easily. So sometimes all we need to do is segmentize them so you know where's the gap. And each of the part 1, 2, 3, you can see the answer from the Pazu chart. So key number 1, don't go and look at your Pazu chart and identify your problem. Okay, see where is it in your life right now. You have the issue. Look into your Pazu chart for that, not the other way around. Okay, because your Pazu chart got so many problems. We need to see reference point. Your reference point is reality, right? So you look at it. Okay, this is one way how to use it. Okay, now how about if you not yet? Okay, if you not yet start a business but aspire to, you got to build it. Yeah, definitely takes time to build. Some people are faster, but there are different strategies, different chart, different people. But a very simple step, okay? 3 steps. Number 1, please focus and prioritize. Rule number 1 is always that, because as and when you start something, you will be like all over the place. It's very normal. Even though you have partner or no partner, it's gonna be the same. Yeah. So focus and prioritization is very important. Step 2, this is where you need to know what is your MVP. Okay. So basically your MVPs are actually your product. Yeah. Your minimum viable product. Okay. You need to know what is that and you need to create them. Please do not start something whereby you don't have anything on yet. Okay. Either that or you along the way you got to build it. Okay. Along the way you got to build it. Yeah. Step 3, what is your best way of working? Basically your system. Okay, because you have to understand as and when we start a new thing, right? There's a lot to deal with. Okay, so you need to operate at your best way. So this, by the way, your best system can solve the tired problem. Earlier on when we saw the tired problem, if you focus at your best way of working, you actually save a lot of time and save a lot of energy. Yeah, because you're putting your resources and strategizing your time, right, in the most productive way for you. Okay, and you could function very differently with me. Okay, so it's again based on your Pazu chart. Okay, based on your Pazu chart. So management of it. Okay, now step one, right? Focus and prioritize. This again, 3 balls. Okay, see, why is these 3 balls? These 3 balls are basically your hat. As and when you first start out in any business, for those who are here, do you agree that you need to wear multiple hats? Yeah, you need to wear multiple hats. Definitely, yeah. If you know it key one, really one, yeah. I learned from that mistake big time. Okay, and this is something that when I first started, I never thought about it. Honestly, I just went for it only lah. Think about the money only. Never. But the truth is, right? When we are first starting that, okay, I didn't put 6, I put only 3. Okay, when we are first starting, okay, it's a lot. So I put them in three colored hats: the manager hat, okay, the technician hat, okay, and the entrepreneur hat. They are all very different. They're all very different. Manager, basically, you're the person who look into the day in, day out operation. I hate that the most. So boring. Okay, very boring one. So manager basically make sure the day-to-day basis operation jalan lah. Okay, move. Okay, so you basically think like a manager, right? Okay, so you mainly focus on effectiveness, efficiency, productivity. Okay, that's the manager hat. Okay, very important thing, manager hat need to learn how to delegate. Okay, otherwise your manager hat also will burn out. Okay, that's one. Now, technician, basically you are the craftsman. Okay, I would say usually those who are the technician, they are the expert of the subject matter. Okay, basically you're the creator. Okay, you're the creator, right? So basically, like for me, I'm the creator. Yeah, I'm mostly the creator. Okay, so you need to also have that hat once in a while. So you cannot just think about just the operation part, but you need to also put on the creative hat. Okay. Now the last one is the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur hat. So the entrepreneur hat means you need to think of the bigger picture. Okay, you got to think of the bigger picture. You need to have the vision. Yeah, you need to have the goals. Yeah, the bigger picture. You be on top of the business. Okay, you overlook the whole thing. So there's a lot of hats, but I'm just simplifying it to 3 hats because for me to function, I also simplify in 3 hats. Yeah, as when we get bigger, then we can break them even more. But if you're starting very small, you got 1 head, I think you can only fit 3 hats. Okay, so you have to decide what hat do you wear the biggest first. Yeah, and that is going to allow you, okay, to focus and prioritize, right? So how do you get it? Please know your 10 gods. Okay, so in your BaZi chart, the strongest profile, yeah, I would say put the 2 strongest profile. Okay, because I like to play in twos. Okay, I like to play in twos. So basically, all right, if you are majority, okay, direct wealth, direct officer, sound killing oriented, you actually need to play the manager hat. Yeah, because that's what you are best in. You use that because that will give you more outcome. Focus on that, but not just that one. You need another hat. Okay, so if you are a direct wealth, direct officer, sound killing, that is a very conscious side of you. You make sure you improve that very well so that you can do other things. Okay, now the next one is the technician. Okay, technician. So if you're eating God hurting officer, if you're eating God hurting officer and direct resource, you're mostly the technician, the creative person. Okay, the creative person. Yeah, the person who specialized in it. Okay, entrepreneur, the indirect wealth, friend star, indirect resource, and rock wealth. Okay, so what you can do is to focus the two, pick two in the chart, okay, that is strong, and constantly put your 2 hats in there because you know that is your strength. Yeah, when that is your strength, when you first start out, you use the 2 strengths to establish a lot of things going on first. Okay, and that because it's your strength, you probably get it done faster. Yeah, you probably get it done faster. Okay, so like for my case, I am the manager and the technician. Yeah, I'm the manager and the technician. But certain years, whenever the luck pillar comes in, you can put on the entrepreneur more. Okay, put on the entrepreneur more. Like this year, my entrepreneur hat will come in more. Yeah, so that also defines our strategy later part. Okay, right? But time to time, we need to know what hat comes in so we know how to prioritize. Especially when you first start out, you cannot do everything. You have to prioritize. Prioritize on your strength because your strength is the one who's going to give you the best outcome. Okay, and any form of business, we need to see outcome. Okay, we need to see outcome because business is a business context. Always remember that. Okay, now the next one, after you overcome the first step one, which is focus and know your priorities, step two, develop your product. Okay, develop your product. So now I want to highlight this one. Many people come to me and ask me to create a product for them. It's true. Some people actually ask me, what can I sell? I won't know. How would I know? Honestly, we won't know lah. Hello, okay. 八字 don't have the information to tell you, what product you can sell. Okay, 八字 don't tell you what product to sell. Okay, but 八字 tell the nature of the product you sell. The nature. Okay, later there's example. Okay, so stay with me. Okay, now a product can come in different forms. 2 forms, goods or service. Okay, either these two. So you see there's a few picture there. Combination of a few picture there. Okay, combination of a few picture. Either you sell a product or you sell a service. Okay, so now let's look into how you can develop. Okay, so probably for those who want to develop a product right now, this is not a very extensive list. Okay, but if you get the concept, you get it. So I'm just going to share with you one way. There are many ways to create a product, or there are many ways to identify what product you can sell very well, or what product you can offer, okay, and make a lot of money for it based on your chart. There's a lot of ways to find it, by the way. Okay, based on your chart, there's a lot of techniques you can go. But one way is the simplest way is use the 10 gods. Okay, this is one way because there are many ways, honestly. Sometimes it's just too many. So you have to choose one. The easiest way I reckon in a webinar setting is usually please refer to your 10 gods. So again, I put all the 5 profile here. Okay. Okay. So you again identify what is your strongest profile. Okay, strongest profile. And please, yeah, do this together right now. Think about it. Okay, so again, I cannot tell you what product you can sell. Please don't do that, okay? Right? But what I can tell you is if your friend star is very strong, Rob Wealth is very strong, okay, please don't bother much to create your own. Okay, so most likely, especially when you're companion structure, right? Most likely, your product will not be something that you create on your own. Okay, most likely, let me put this away. Okay, most likely it's not even yours. Okay, maybe you just come in a partnership, maybe you just buy and trade, things like that. It's not your product. Okay, now there's probably also no sense of ownership. No ownership means what? You know, there's a lot of product these days that you don't need to own and you can sell it. Yeah, so there's a lot. Okay, so it could be a service. Okay, meaning to say you probably become a middleman or something, and then you make money out of people's transaction. That's a very companion starting. Sometimes the MLM business, yeah, you don't own the products. Okay, yeah, this is the companion profile. Okay, that's how the nature of the product is. You don't own it one. Very unlikely. Now, involve people. Okay, so a lot of times, if you're a companion structure, if you cannot find product, you cannot create. If you're having trouble to find product or create yourself, don't bother to create and sit down on it. Okay, don't go out and see what your friends are doing. Of course, you need to have a bit of sense of business acumen, right? Okay, you find the product, probably ask people about it, get to know some people, and then see whatever is good, and then bring it and sell. Okay, involve people one usually. Yeah, involve people. So this is a Rob Wealth and Friendstar. If you're a hurting officer and eating god, okay, the nature of your product is to be better than the one in the market and to get rid of the one, make the other one obsolete. Okay, get rid of it. Usually it's an act of elimination. Okay, or if not, it's a new category itself that solve certain problem. It's a new category itself. Okay, so it's a very problem solving product. So example, if you're an output person, right, you also would know that you cannot create something that doesn't make sense because it has to have certain problems. Then you know that, oh, this product can. A lot of output products, or your output person, a lot of your products always come because you see problems. Could be possibly your own problem, possibly. Okay, now it could also be something new. When I mean by something new, doesn't mean it comes from entirely new. Yeah, it could be a innovation of an old product. Yeah, it could be an innovation of old product, and then you create a new product out of it. Okay, it could be that, right? It doesn't have to be entirely new. Okay, the wealth star people, the nature of the product is to very focus on the gaps. Okay, focus on the gaps means it's opportunistic one. Yeah, it's very opportunistic. That's the wealth way of looking for money. On top of that, it's also a very mousetrap way of making money. Mousetrap means what? The product itself, it's meant to improve something. Yeah. Again, the difference is it doesn't eliminate. It means that it's already a lot of existing product out there. Your product is just one of it. Okay, your product is just one of it, or maybe your product is just one of it that you are catering to a certain market. Okay, so that's more well structured. You improve certain things for certain people, but you don't eliminate other products on. You don't. Okay, right? That's more on the well structured type. All right, officer and seven killing, the influence structure. A lot of the nature of your product is very decision making type, very organized oriented. So by the way, this is a very good problem to solve because I'm an officer person. I find it very easy. So example, guys, I sell classes. Okay, I sell products. I sell my talks. Do you know I'm actually selling organization? Yeah. So what does it mean? I actually organize your brain for you. Okay. That's what I'm actually selling. Yeah. It's a very intangible thing. But what I'm doing here is to make sure that you're following me with my words so that you know and can see things clearly because I organize the data. Okay. Or organize my presentation. Right? So that's a seven killing way. So it could be as simple as say, oh, a therapy example. Yeah, a therapy. Their way of selling, if they are seven killing or direct officer, is to help the client to organize their brain. Example. Of course, you're not going to say that, but the way how you're doing it is that way. Okay, so it's your strength, the nature of the product. Okay, sometimes it can be as simple as selling a system or a framework. Yeah, it's possible. It can be as simple as that. So you need to find a product that delivers the nature of the 10 gods. The next one is on resource. Okay, on resource. So resource is most of the time it's also not your idea, but very creative. Because why? You like to do research. So resource people, the product is not yours, number one. It has to be very focused on your personal experience. And it also means that whatever product that you're selling have to sell experience. Okay? Experience as in how a person feel after using that or doing that. Hmm? Either one. Either one. If your resource, your product also can come very accidental. Okay, means just try and error, don't care. Okay, one day your product will deliver. Okay, so that's a resource thing. So the nature of the product are this. Again, you need to go and find how to do it. Okay, so these are the few ways. Okay, I want to give one example. Okay, one example is this. Yeah, so this iPhone, I believe everyone knows iPhone, correct? Right? Everybody knows iPhone. So this is one very good example. I mean, there's more, but this is something that everybody can relate. Okay, so Steve Jobs actually said this: design isn't just what it looks like, okay, and feels like. Design is how it works. You've got to start with user experience and work backwards towards the technology, not the other way around. So iPhone is created, okay, in a way that focuses a lot on user experience. Yeah. So its technology is extremely simple. It doesn't have a very sophisticated technology. In fact, it's so simple to use that people actually use it. So what is Steve Jobs' mantra is that he always focused on human experience. Okay, he always focused on that. Of course, then again, he focuses a lot on how it looks like. Right? It has to be better than the previous ones. It's going to be very perfect. Okay, so now, which 10 God are we referring to? If we just follow this, if we follow this way of speaking, it's very referring to two stars: the eating God mindset and the indirect resource mindset. Okay, yeah, so the phone itself is very eating God and very indirect resource. Well, honestly, it's very eating God when it first came out. I don't think today it's very eating God anymore, if you ask me. Okay, I don't think anymore, but still quite IR. Okay, but eating God wise, if you ask me, at the very beginning, it's very eating God. Today, when it's no longer Steve Jobs doing, however, what iPhone is coming out, so I don't think it's that eating God anymore. Okay, it's slightly quite different. So how we usually see this is we check back the person's chart, and it's very aligned to the person's skill. Okay, so basically this is Steve Jobs chart. Yeah, Steve Jobs charts. Okay, so Steve Jobs is actually very strong in two things: the eating God and the resource. Okay, similar on how you can use this concept to deliver and create your product. It's the nature of it. Yeah, it's the nature of it. Okay, so all you need to see is your two strongest profile, or your strong profile in your chart. Okay, and use that method to find the product that you want to create. Okay, it's very important, and you have to actually go and try it out in order to create that product at the end of the day. Okay. Also, bonus point is look at the luck pillar as well. Sometimes luck pillar will give you certain things. Okay. Sometimes luck pillar will tell you certain things and you can use it as well. Okay. So whenever you want to create a product, it's not necessarily just based on your natal chart, but it's also very based on your dynamic reading. Okay. Your dynamic reading. All right. And explore. Cannot, because again, product creation is to create. Yeah, is to do, is an action. So please don't sit down there and wait for your ideas to come. You got to go do it. Okay, so that's how you want to create your product. Okay, so again, one method is based on your strongest profile in your chart. Okay, step three, your best system. This is the simplest, if you ask me. Okay, this simplest. I think this is also a no-brainer. Okay, because we cannot work in, like, example, if you are not my chart, you cannot work like my style. I don't think not many people can work like my style, because I'm very, very calendarish person. Everything is calendared in my life. Alright, a lot. Even I want to plan to rest also, I will write rest in my calendar. By the way, even waking up is stated in my calendar. It's funny. Okay, people say, why you even write wake up in your calendar? Don't you wake up every day? Yeah, I do. But still I write it down. Okay, that's how I function the best. Okay, because it helps me to focus. Your best system is important. Again, why? Reduce tiredness, number one. Ensure longevity. Decrease your stress and increase your performance and stamina. Very easy. So, especially for those who mention that they get tired easily, right? Please follow your best system. Okay, try your best. Okay, so what is your best system? You guys can just take this. Okay, I'm not going to go through this. So it's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Okay, best system. Nah, take a screenshot lah. I think it's quite easy. Okay, like for me, I am a direct officer selling killing. Everything needs to be structured. If you look at my office, everything is boxed up. Okay, everything is boxed up. Right? And honestly, I am not naturally like that. Yeah, this is a conscious effort that I put in, because my officer chart also got quality problem. Okay, so once we know it, we consciously put an effort to do it. Okay, very simple. So this will enhance your efficiency and increase your rate of success. Okay, so in order for you, if you aspire to do or run a business, or have your side gig, focus and prioritize, create your product based on the nature of your strength. Three, function it or run it according to your best system. Okay, very important. Okay, very, very important, right? So you just use this way, you can get closer to it. Okay, if you know your BaZi chart, right, you just need to put the information and apply it correctly. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Then again, I'm oversimplifying things. Okay, so I just want to also give a disclaimer, right? That the reality is to run a business is extremely complicated. Yeah, because you need more than just the 3 steps. Okay, you need more than just the few questions, yeah, that you saw early on to answer, because there's a lot more questions and a lot more things to think about. Okay, so it also depends on the nature of your business and what position you're at and what is your vision. Very, very complex. Okay, you impossible to get through it just by one day, right? So um other problems that we haven't even talked about, it could come from a skill problem, it could come from opportunities problem, and it could come from attitude problems. Okay, so it could be your attitude, it could be the attitude of people you're working with, so many. Okay, so I would say it's very complicated to just put everything at one go, right? So now also I can feel the energy also. Probably you guys also feel very tired listening to me. Yeah, because it is very complicated. Okay. And this is just a big chunk of the information, right? And it's not even like the full sequence of things. Okay, just so you know. Right. That is also why, okay, this is where I want to introduce, okay, because yeah, this is a preview, right, of my part 2 self starter, okay, which I think it may be for you or it may not be for you, okay. But if you are aspiring to actually want to start off your side gig, I would say if all this while you have an issue, right, all this while cannot like start off, okay, this course would probably help you. Okay, this course probably help you. All right, if you don't intend or don't want to learn by yourself, okay, it's fine, because this one takes learning and doing by yourself, it's also fine. Okay, so perhaps a consult or a coaching session will be more suitable. Okay, now if you are looking to be more personalized in your journey, meaning to say along the way in a dynamic manner, right? And planning comes not annually. Planning is not monthly. Planning comes 2 years and 3 years, probably 5 years. Okay. My preferred planning style is 3, 6, 9, and 10. Okay, 3, 6, 9, and 10, because it always is 3, 6, 9 is always seasonal. Yeah, 10 is always luck pillar base. Okay, so it's easy if you have a bigger picture of your journey, you can strategize them, personalize your plans according to your timing. Okay, if you are looking at this, all right. Now, if you want to create a more sustainable way, if you find that perhaps now you're not creative enough, you don't know where's your problem and such like that, perhaps this could help you as well. Okay, because again, we are looking into samples of monetization methods. Okay, and it's in everyone's chart. Everyone is very different in monetizing it. Unfortunately, not every opportunity is the same for everyone. Not everyone have the same timeline. Okay, some people's way of sustaining could be easier, some is harder. Okay, so it depends on individual's chart. Okay, but it can actually help you to create sustainability if you're actually suffering from one. Now, making informed decision. I'm saying inform, okay. Very important, because I'm saying informed. So that's what happened to me, right? I consciously make a decision to let go of certain opportunities and focus on one, and consciously shut down businesses and ventures. Okay, so that is an informed decision. Informed decision means that I consciously choose that because etc etc etc, whatever the reason is. Okay, it may not always be the right move. I can tell you this. This is through my real experience. Okay, it's my real experience. I consciously make the choice, but sometimes it may be the wrong move. Okay, why? Because we don't really have the experience of business, so we do make wrong decision. But the difference is we make an informed one. Okay, we know why we are doing it. We look at certain angles. We understand the risk of decision making. So probably this will be able to help you as well, because you're looking at few angles. Now, the next one is, this is my favorite one, is to create a systematic framework. Okay, say example, when we first start off a business or whenever we have a business, sometimes we don't cover all angles. Yeah, and this is coming from my experience as well and many others. So the reason why we are able to see a bigger picture, number one, experience. Number two, it's also because everything is stated in the natal chart and your parts chart, luck pillar and everything like that. So I believe that in a metaphysical realm, they cover all sorts of problems. Yeah, meaning to say all your 10 gods, right, is actually all the answers on all the problems that we can actually cover in any context in life. Same goes if we apply a business context to it, you can see a lot of things. All we need to do is just organize them and systematically put them into plans. Okay, so when putting them into plans is one. Another layer you need to consider and put in is be strategic about your plans. Okay, so that's another layer, right? So this course would be more systematic, but strategy wise, it could also require your personal experience. This is the truth, because I don't know what industry you're at. I probably don't know what's the nature of it. But what I can help you in this workshop is to help you to cover in the most systematic way what are the things that you really need to look at. And whenever we start asking the right question, you'll be able to be more strategic about your plans. Okay, so this is one, creating a systematic framework. Okay, framework. All right, now it's also another disclaimer here. I'm not saying that it's easy, because it's not. Okay, it is going to be clear. Yeah, if you know your parts chart, if you know how to do it, clarity is there. Okay, clarity, meaning to say, you know, at least you know what you're doing, right? At least you know what are you trying to do. You have a clear picture, you have a clear vision on what you're doing, right? But it's never always going to be easy, because there's a reason why we face problems, because we have to do things that we are not comfortable, and sometimes we got to learn a lot of things. Yeah, especially when you're starting out a business, right? Honestly, you need to learn a lot of things. Okay, and sometimes it's really things that we don't like to do. Okay, so it's never always going to be easy, but of course, to some people, it's going to be easier. Okay, so in a way, the process is going to be very different for everyone. Some people, they will see success faster. Okay, some people's success come in a different way. All right, so we need to again analyze which type is for you. The expectation is very important. Okay, but at least what you know is you have a clear vision. Yeah, you know what you're doing, basically. Okay, you know what you're doing, so it's very clear, you get the clarity. Okay, now because this is just a 2 days course, okay, I'm just going to tell you, it's just a 2 days course. Okay, just a 2 days course, so I'm not going through all the basic stuff. I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to go straight into the information, right? So if you want to know the classical stuff, la 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 la, why this and that, the yin and yang, da da da, no, I'm not going to go through that, because no time. Okay, so that will be another 八字 basic course or 八字 classical technical class, but this is not. Okay, so possibly this is for you if you are interested to start a gig. Okay, it doesn't always have to be something that you already have. Okay, now if you're also a self-employed professional, you're seeking for improvements. Improvements, so in terms of your product, okay, improvements in terms of perhaps you have a team. Okay, so it's also going to be very helpful, because you know them, you can see their charts and things like that, so you can strategize better. Now, if you are involved in guiding others, so nowadays there's a lot of coach, right? Okay, I don't know where all the coach come from, but people just like to call themselves coach. And it is, by the way, also one of the self-employment category, but you have to understand coach, consultant, they are two different things. Coach, consultant, trainer, speaker, teacher, all different. Facilitator, okay, let me add one more. Okay, they're all very different functions, so make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, not every profile, every 10 gods can do different things well. Not every trainer or speaker can coach and consult. Yeah, just know that not every teacher can consult, not every consult can teach. Okay, they are very different, right? So please know what you're doing. Okay, but if you're into that, okay, probably this will help you as well, because it will help to create a lot of clarity in people's path and journey. Now, if you need this as a backup plan, it's also for you. Why? I noticed that recently, right, a lot of clients, new clients, interestingly, is this. They say that, I never thought of running a business, but suddenly now I want to. Like that, okay? I'm not surprised, period 9, right? Okay, so even if you don't feel like you want it yet, I'm happy in my job, etc., etc., maybe you want to have this as a backup plan. It's for you as well. Yeah, because this one, we are focusing mainly on self-making money. You're going to make your own money. Yeah, so if you are career oriented, you want to climb the corporate ladder and stuff like that, maybe this is not for you. Maybe this is not for you. But if you think of really making your own money, this could be for you. Okay, so think about it. All right, so this is the coverage. So what I covered just now was a small part, small part only. Okay, very small part. Okay, but there's more. Okay, so what is it that we are going to cover? Okay, number one, assessment and screening. Okay, diagnosis first. Any type of treatment needs a diagnosis first before we can do anything. So first, we're going to assess and screen potential. Capacity. Okay, capacity means what? You got whether your handbag is big or small. Okay, then it will define the strategy. Big handbag, small handbag will define a strategy. Small handbag means you need a lot of handbag. Okay, define. Then you also will need to understand what's the business profile. Everyone has a different business profile. Okay, we have different risk appetite. We are going through different luck pillars, and we are all in different age, and also gender and different countries. Okay, so that you need to understand first. Okay, so that's assessment and screening. Second, coverage is on personal foundation. So we are talking about the building blocks of your parcel chart in a business context. What are your motivations and what are your inspirations? So these are very important and something that I realized a lot, that we cannot rely on motivation. Okay, whenever we start relying on motivation can die one. Every day we listen to Tony Robbins, now we can get burned out, for sure. Okay, so the truth is, whenever we run a business, right, every day you got to be inspired. You cannot wait until you have the mood, and then start writing your contents. I asked this question before. Okay, I like few years ago. Is in one of Joey's event, JY's event, long time ago. That time was Paula. Those who know Paula. I asked her this question because that time she started off the feng shui in USA and opened up the Spanish market. I actually asked this question. How do you get the energy to think about new stuff and so inspired every day? Because her idea, what she did was she keep doing until she built such a big market. I asked this question. Oh my god, it's so much energy, man. Like, how do you do it? And I'm a fire chart, guys. I said, how do you get inspired every day? And how do you get what would I say? How do you think of ideas every day to do it? And one of the answer that I got was really quite a big slap. It's like, oh, you cannot wait for your idea to come, then only you go do one. Business cannot like that. Business is a thing. You need to do it. You have to put yourself to it whenever it's time to do it. Okay, so it's a form of commitment, it's a form of discipline. But that's also because if you understand yourself well enough, if you know what is your source of inspiration, if you know what is the one that is driving you to do certain things, you will get it done. Okay, the problem is you haven't identified it. That's why you feel like no energy all the time. Okay, or maybe you just you need to wait for the mood to come in, then only you start doing it. Yeah, and I believe so, because I experienced that before. I totally can get it. Okay, and especially if you're working in two things, meaning your day job and your night job. Okay, it's like you need the money, but you got no mood to do it, and then you procrastinate, and then nothing will happen. And then wait 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years gone. Opportunity all gone. Okay, so accumulatively this will create a problem. So you need to understand always your inspiration. Now the next one is on strategic planning. So this is when the planning comes in, meaning to say we look into how you can create a model, okay, of your business, okay, and of course identify your market, what category you are, and also do a product creation. So it's more than one way, because sometimes you may not be able to. There's a lot of ways to create product. Okay, whatever I showed you earlier is just one way. Okay, so sometimes certain ways works better for certain people depending on what's in their chart. Okay, sometimes the chart is a bit complicated, then it's harder to create a product. Then there's another way to create a product. Okay, so that's one. And then the next one is execution and growth. So this one is focusing more on action plan. Okay, and we understand the process. So one thing that I will cover a lot in this workshop is to let you know how you should love the process, because process is very important. And business, in all business, you got to love the process. If not, you will not do it, or you will not continue. That's the biggest problem. So over time, there is a conscious effort or conscious thing you can do to love the process. Yeah, to love the process. Okay, a lot of things is just about conscious ability of thinking and doing lah. Okay, yeah, and then we talk about optimization as well, how to improve. Now, the next one is expansion and sustainability, right? So maybe different, if you're in different position, you may need different things. Yeah, but this is technically a flow of cycle. Okay, a flow of cycle, and it always comes back. You know, it's again, anything is all metaphysical based. Okay, how do I get the concept? Is based again on 5 elements, right? And everything is applicable in the life cycle. Okay, so it's quite amazing, metaphysics itself, right? So, of course, in terms of expansion and sustainability, we talk about how to grow and make more. Law of attraction. How do you attract a customer? Okay, but if you haven't deal with the rest, this one very hard lah, huh? Okay, so it's always best to focus at the foundation first, then only you think about expansion. Otherwise, collapse. Okay, now leverage and scaling. So this one is more on like you already have existing, you want to scale out. Okay, so these 5 are the syllabus. Okay, we are only going to use 八字, natal charts, and dynamic your dynamic luck pillars. Okay, so everything is, the answers are there. Hopefully this time I'll be able to conduct a workshop style. Workshop style means there are activities that you need to do. So it's better, yeah, and also some, not say assignment, some group work or whatever that you can work together. Hopefully it can be done online. Okay, so I'm still testing out some of the methods to collaborate between students. Okay, so far I've seen it's okay for some other models, but you know, for those who sign up, especially if you want to, because I feel this kind of workshop, right, you have to actually physically do it in a team, then you can develop your own system. Yeah, so I want to do that. I really want to improve the way how I'm conducting workshops as well. So hopefully it can be done. Okay, I'm very looking forward on how I can improve this as well. Anyway, these are the syllabus. Okay, these are the syllabus. So now, how much is it? Okay, basically, oh no, how much is it? Okay, this is the banner. I think some of you guys seen this, and maybe the reason why you're still here with me is because you see this. Okay, and I'm glad that a lot of you guys are still here with me. Okay, yeah, you guys want to join, is it? That's why you stay. Most people, they were chow already. Okay, so anyway, if you're interested, it's a 2 days live stream. 2 days live stream. Okay, 18th to 19th of May. Okay, again, if you notice, my syllabus don't cover the basic stuff. Meaning to say, you come in already, you should know your 10 gods. Okay, I'm not expecting you to know and memorize your 10 gods, like by your head and fully understand them, because there's still many people who don't understand their 10 gods. It's fine, because I'm also going to go through that, but I'm going to go through in terms of application of self-employment and business. Okay, and this is going to be, because this is going to be a 2 days only, so I have to do I'm not sure, a system whereby you learn and apply at the same time of teaching method. Okay, so this is going to be, I didn't write the time here, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Okay, right, it's 1 to 4 Malaysian time. Okay, I would encourage participants to join live, because there'll be activities to be done. Okay, so if you're watching the replay, probably quite boring lah. Okay, because you probably got to do the activity by yourself, and usually, the class momentum is more fun. Okay, so how much is this? Okay, because economy problem. Okay, I also got to manage my price. So this is a 2 days session. Early bird price is 555 ringgit. US dollar is 119. This price is going to be early bird since the last time I launched, until 10th of May. Okay, 10th of May, right? So, Cindy, can you please help me to share the link, if you don't mind? Okay, yeah. Okay, so Cindy will help. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, this one is the preview. Yeah, Cindy is the, I think I sent you the wrong one. Okay, so Cindy, can you please send the enrollment one? Enrollment one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Cindy will help out in posting up the enrollment. Okay, and you can see more details inside, because I'm not going to go through all the details, but you can see more details on what I'm going to cover, etc., etc. But a lot of the things are mostly covering techniques. Okay, covering techniques. Okay, it's going to be this price. Okay, so you may scan here on the screen, or Cindy, I think she will get the link. Okay, she will probably get the link over, right? Okay, so now on top of that, by the way, on top of that, because this parcel self starter, okay, parcel self starter, I don't cover like the basic stuff like yin and yang, you know, all these kinds of, no, I don't cover this. I cover immediately to application, I cover immediately to techniques. Okay, so this session, it's also going to include a bonus session of parcel 101. Okay, of parcel 101. Right? So 101 literally means, you know, your 10 gods, your 5 elements and stuff like that. Okay? Right? Your 10 gods, all the things like that, right? So that is one. On top of that, that is an on-demand session. On-demand session means it's a pre-recorded session, right? A pre-recorded session. And then we are also going to have one live stream on mindfulness, meditation, and positive affirmation. I'm not sure we're going to do manifestation here though, but it's basically around how you want to align yourself. So this one is outside Partu scope, but this is going to be a live stream. Okay, this is going to be live stream. So there's a Partu 101 on demand class. On top of that, it's another one is the positive affirmation and mindfulness meditation. Okay, so again, this is going to be part of the starter pack. Now, the next one, okay, yeah, here. This one is what's going to be inclusive. Okay, this is what is going to be inclusive, right? We're going to have a 2-day live stream, 6 months replay. Because why? This year, I'm increasing my replay hours. I'm not sure it's a good thing, but because many people said that they got no time to finish. Okay, so every time I got to adjust the timing. But this time, 6 months. Okay, and I also understand why, because doing this kind of workshop probably will take time, because you want to apply, you want to rewatch again and things like that. So there's 6 months. Now there's also a support group through meditation. There's a live session, and also there's a Pathway 101 accelerator class for refresher, and also notes will be given. Okay, so this is going to be the package. Okay, so basically, yeah, any questions? Oh, Cindy, yeah, Cindy already put up. Thank you. Okay, so you can actually find more details from the link that Cindy has actually put up, or if you are watching it through my Facebook, okay, you can actually see it. Okay, now guys, do you want to see one more last thing? Yeah, one more last thing, because I'm going to close the session. If there's no question, okay, I'm going to close the session. Okay, so if you find this really interesting for you, please do sign up. You have what day today? You got 1 week to think about the early bird. Okay, early bird, right? I know some of you guys here have already signed up. Okay, so now the remaining of you guys who haven't signed up, always don't know what is it. Okay, now you know about what you're gonna get. Okay, right? Okay, why so quiet? Everything okay? Okay, if no pressure. If you don't want to buy, it's also fine. Okay, oh, Cindy's post on the Facebook. Thank you. Okay, good. Right, everyone, all right? Okay, good. Okay, you can click on the link, watch. Okay, now if you are watching still with me, yeah, okay, I'm getting used to like talking to the computer, you know, so seriously, right? So now while if you're watching my landing page, I hope everything is fine, my landing page. Okay, because the last time I actually did a closing, the whole browser was actually down, but hopefully it's fine today. Anyway, now one last point, guys, one last point. Remember earlier on that I shared this thing, the four types of profile. So this my mouse is not very good today. The four types of self-employment profile. Yeah, the 4 types. Okay, yeah, this one. Okay, everyone good? Okay, why so quiet? Everyone okay? Everyone okay? Okay, good. Okay, so last point. Okay, last point. Very messy. Okay. Okay, very messy. Okay, so now this one, okay, is very interesting. By the way. Okay, so the reason why I show this part, okay, earlier on, this is also one of the technique. Yeah, technique for what? You know how sometimes when we want to get into running your own business and set up your own side gig or whatever they call it, gig, right? They call it. Okay, now there's always we always want the easier way. So when I mean by easier way, it means fit to our chart. Means our chart has affinity to it. Yeah, our chart are delivering it in a good way, like like you play with your own skills. So the reason why I put this up, okay, because it's also a very good way to identify, okay, which way you can enter first. Yeah, meaning to say, I think just now, Daphne was saying in the chat box that she was a freelancer and then now slowly transiting to a business owner or something like that. Okay, this is part of the system. So many times, I realize one thing, that we cannot just jump into certain things. Some people need time to transit. Okay, and because why our skills are limited, our experience are limited, and our opportunities are different. So whenever we see the type of self-employment like this matrix here, we can consciously choose. Okay, we can consciously choose which. Okay, where is my mouse? Okay, we can constantly choose which area we can actually go into first. Yeah, it could be you can start off a self-employment as a contractor, or you can start off with a consultant, or you can start off with a freelancer. But some people can jump straight to business owner. Why is that? Because our skills are different. So in a strategic context, right, all we need to do is to identify our strengths. Okay, once you know your strengths, okay, then you choose where you should enter first. Okay, because some people, okay, my mistake, I can tell you my mistake. My mistake is I went straight to business owner. That was my mistake. Yeah, I went straight to this. Okay, but I don't really have the full skill, and timing was a problem. The timing was only 1 year, honestly. Okay, timing was only 1 year. That's why I got an opportunity. I went for it, but there's no clue. I didn't know that. Okay, but some people, okay, yeah, can go from contractor. They enter from here. They enter their self-employment as a contractor, and they build to become a business. It's possible, yeah. So the idea is you play with your strength. You know what is your strength. You enter the self-employment world, right? You enter the self-employment world based on what you're good at. So again, look at your 10 gods. Okay, look at your 10 gods. Okay, meaning to say, okay, now look at this. Okay, let me move my screen away. My gosh, I have too many screens here. Okay, so now if you are very strong in your direct wealth, okay, if you're very strong in your direct wealth, your rock wealth and friend star and direct resource, you probably can do very well as a contractor. Yeah, if this is your main profile, okay, you probably can, your skills here can make you a very good contractor. So meaning to say, if you want to ever be self-employed, you start off from being a contractor first. Yeah, use your skills. Okay, use your skills. Yeah, see, rock wealth is actually negotiation skill, right? Robust network is also this. Staying certified and updated is also this. Okay, see the next one. Okay, if you look at the next one, by the way, not everyone can be a contractor. If you yourself don't have a strong friend style or rock wealth, means you got poor connections. please don't bother. You probably struggle. You probably just get one time because of opportunity and you can never last. Okay, so be very careful what you choose. Okay, now the next one, if it's you're a freelancer. So freelancer, by the way, it's the usually the freelancers they got these skills. Okay, they got these skills. These skills is most people will go in from here. Yeah, most people will go in from here. Okay, most people will go in from here. Why? Most why? Because this is direct wealth, direct officer, and the output stars. Okay, usually employment. People who are underemployed, people who were employed, they have these stars. So most people they will transit easier from freelancing because freelancing technically it's almost the same as when you're working for people. The only difference is that you have to manage your own time. That's it, right? But the 10 gods that we are seeing, it's almost overlapping one. Okay, so if you can do your job well working for people, you probably can freelance pretty well. Yeah, so this is the easiest entry point for people, most people, if you're coming from an employment mindset. Okay, now the next one, if you have a very good and strong direct officer 7 killing, be a consultant. Yeah, consultant and strong indirect resource and friend star consultant. Me, by the way, I am a consultant. I enter from being a consultant first. Yeah, I enter from being a consultant first. These are all my stars, by the way. Okay, so it's way easier to do that. So it depends. The matrix can actually be a little bit of combination. So for me, I'm a consultant and also a contractor first, and then I go to business owner, and also probably a consultant to a business owner. So it's about a different mindset one. Yeah, there is a strategy on how you can convert, like ways and strategies. It's involving 10 gods if you want to know. Now, if you know who can become straight to a business owner, these are the 10 gods. Yeah, again, not everyone can, right? Always look at play your skills. Don't try to sometimes don't try to just go straight to what you see people do. So this was actually the year when I set up the year when I actually did the boutique was actually indirect wealth year for me. 1 year only. I'm not saying that 1 year only means the business can go off because it's a conscious choice to actually sell off the business. I didn't make a loss anyway. But it was not fit for my skill set. Okay, really not fit for my skill set. But anyway, people who are of indirect wealth, yeah, profile direct wealth. Okay, yeah, and the indirect wealth, sorry, and direct wealth, okay, a bit both right? Indirect wealth bigger than direct wealth. Okay, also if you are rock wealth, indirect resource. Okay, this is for you. Yeah, this is for you. Okay, you can straight away jump become a business owner. Of course, here the context I'm referring here is assuming that you're doing it alone, no partnership. Okay, because if it's a partnership model, then the strategy a bit different because you also need to consider the other partners the other partners parts of chart. Yeah, the other partners parts of chart. So got different ways to play, and we need to consider 2 person now instead of 1. Okay, so this is how you can make your first entry point. I think this is going to be quite beneficial for those who wants to set up their gig but they don't know where to enter first. Yeah, they don't know where to enter first. So very easy. Just look at your parts chart, what you're really good at, and then go and do this type. So the difference if you know how to see the matrix, the difference is only this long-term engagement means the timing. Yeah, how long are you being hired for? And also scope. Scope means the kind of things that you do. So specific task is more specialized. So usually when referring to contractor and freelancer, their tasks are more specialized. So you need to have certain specialty. Yeah. This one is broader scope, although it's also a expertise, but with referring to the field of expertise. Yeah, the field means a bigger scope, the field instead of one specific task. Yeah, so experience matter, experience matter. Okay, my advice is please don't try to jump into something that you don't know sometimes. very dangerous. Not everyone can do well if they jump straight to new things. Yeah, just be more mindful. That again comes in the chart. Okay, be more mindful there. But this is one strategy to actually decide how you can put one foot in. Okay, interesting, right? Interesting. Okay, so does this benefit you? For those who, I'm not sure. Actually, I never do a poll. I'm not sure how many people in here is actually self-employed. How many people here is doing side gig? How many people here is freelancer? I never do that. Okay, but is this beneficial for you guys? Yes, yes, yes. Can I see some response? Oh, okay, too many screen. Yes, chat box. Oh, everyone okay? Yeah, everyone okay? Ah, okay, okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, yeah. So this is something that you can play immediately. All right. So with that, guys, if there's no other question, again, probably Cindy can help out to put the link on top. Okay, and wait here. Let me see. Okay, so that's it for my session. By the way, I hope you guys have a clear view on what I am actually delivering. Yeah, I'm actually teaching in the workshop. Honestly, also I'm still crafting the model of it because, well, the syllabus are fixed, but the model of how the delivery, I'm trying to make it very interactive. Okay, so I'm trying to create something very. I want to create something different. Okay, new luck pillar is like that one. New luck pillar. So I'm trying to create. I try my best. Okay, I try my best. Okay, so with that, guys, I hope okay, see, got any question? Okay. All right, okay, okay, okay. No question, Okay, very good. So this is very direct way, So I only deliver whatever I hope you guys can digest, Okay. So with that, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna put my screen on top here, but I'm gonna shut down my live in the other two sides. Okay. So for those who are in Zoom, I'm gonna still be here. Okay, you guys can take a look. Probably. Oops. Yeah. Okay. This is where my screen problem would have a problem. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this on here while I play some say music lah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. This card. Okay. Okay. So I share my screen still. Okay. Play some music. Okay. Where's my Spotify? Oh goodness.